Toledo. As I said, I used to be the director of the Toledo Area Humane Society. I currently work for the Humane Society of the United States. We're the largest and most successful animal welfare organization in the United States. And I sent you all a letter a week ago, signed by myself, Karen Minton, our state director, and Dale Bartlett, who is the manager of our puppy mill campaign. And I'll read a little bit from that. We applaud the Toledo City Council for actively seeking ways to end the proliferation and sale of dogs from inhumane sources. And that's what this is really about. Reputable breeders do not sell dogs through pet shops. That's just the way it is. You can say that you source them from USDA inspected facilities, but as I mentioned before, the animal welfare standards that the USDA enforces are antiquated, ignore current science regarding dogs' needs, and are not effectively enforced. In the interest, I know a lot of my friends in the animal welfare community are going to come up here and talk about the cruelty that's inherent in this system of selling, breeding, and selling puppies. And a lot of the opposition to this ordinance is about economics. So I just want to make a couple quick comments about economics. First, as I mentioned before, because of substandard sourcing, there's a legitimate consumer protection concern that people are not going to get high-quality dogs when they get dogs that were raised in puppy mills. Secondly, I'm not against free enterprise, and I'm not against business, and there are certainly a lot of pet-related businesses that are operating and making good money. There are humane models for pet shops that sell pet supplies, that focus on services, and work with local legitimate rescues, humane societies, and shelters to rehome dogs that need homes without adding overpopulation in the city. And then I'm going to read directly from this letter. Moreover, from a strictly economic standpoint, it makes little sense for a community to continue to import dogs for retail sale, while taxpayer-funded animal control agencies are required to accept, house, and euthanize so-called surplus dogs for which homes cannot be found. I know Toledo does not run an animal control department. However, I've been in this very room and heard a lot of discussion about the amount of money that the city pays to the dog warden. We do have a dog warden that is tax supported in Lucas County, and there's also a tremendous burden on our nonprofits, so we have to deal with the number of animals in our community. There is an overpopulation of dogs in Toledo. It is true that, at least while I was at the Toledo Area Humane Society, they were able to rehome all the adoptable dogs they got. The dog warden, I believe, is still euthanizing surplus dogs, and the amount of crowding in shelters leads to excessive waiting times. People who want to relinquish a dog, it's very inconvenient. It frequently leaves dogs in substandard circumstances. And when I was a humane agent for Lucas County investigating animal cruelty, we on occasion would investigate a home where animals weren't kept properly, and they said, we told the shelters that we can't take good care of these animals, and we're just waiting for space to open up. So although a lot of these animals are eventually finding homes, there are other consequences to the fact that there is an overpopulation here. I don't have any data, but I will just say anecdotally from my memory from 4 years as the director of the Toledo Area Humane Society, I would estimate that maybe 15 to 20% of the dogs we home there are purebred dogs. So I think the fact that the dogs that come out of mills tend to be purebred dogs doesn't really say that they don't add to an overpopulation problem, particularly if, as the AVMA says, these are dogs that have behavior problems. Just because someone paid a lot of money for it, if it bites you, bites your kids, pees on your rug, whatever, it's going to end up in a shelter. I'm going to just make two more quick comments.